Every time I get a chance to talk about this, I'm going to bring it up because it's the kind of move that could truly change the Lakers' trajectory. When I think about the kind of player the Lakers need right now, the one name that keeps standing out to me is Miles Bridges. He is, in my opinion, the most realistic, high-ceiling forward who could come in and make a serious difference. Sure, the Lakers probably need multiple pieces, but if we're talking about a single trade that could elevate this team, Bridges is the one I'd bet on. What makes him so compelling is that he's not just a scorer, he's a genuine game changer. He has the ability to drop 40 points on any given night, and that kind of scoring punch is something the Lakers desperately need. The forward position has been a recurring weakness, and Bridges offers the kind of offensive versatility that can create space, open lanes, and take over games when needed. If you look at his numbers this season, he's averaging almost 20 points per game, along with rebounds and assists that show he's more than just a scorer. Imagine what he could do in a Lakers uniform, playing alongside the stars and fitting into the system without needing everything to run through him. Now, when you compare him to other forwards who have been mentioned in trade rumors, like Michael Porter Jr., the financial reality becomes a huge factor. Porter is a top-tier talent, but he's also a $40 million player next season, and that kind of salary makes a deal much harder to pull off without sacrificing the Lakers' future flexibility. Bridges, on the other hand, is much more reasonable. His contract sits in the 20s, and that kind of deal makes sense for a team that needs to preserve cap space while still making a push for a championship. It's the perfect balance of high impact and manageable cost, which is why I believe he fits so well with the Lakers' timeline. The reports from insiders have been hinting at something interesting. Teams like the Bucks, Clippers, Kings, and the Lakers have all shown exploratory interest in Bridges, and the Hornets seem open to moving him for the right price. This is not a guarantee that a trade will happen, but it does show that the market is real and that the Hornets are considering their options. Charlotte has been playing well, and they might be on the verge of becoming a legitimate contender next season. Bridges has been a big part of that success, but the team is young and they're still figuring out their long-term core. If they believe that giving up a first-round pick now could help them build a more sustainable future, then moving Bridges could be a move that makes sense from their perspective. It's important to remember that Bridges is still young himself. He's not some veteran on the decline. He's 27 and will be turning 28 soon. But in a Hornets roster filled with players in their early 20s, he's one of the older pieces. That's where the Lakers' timeline fits perfectly. The Lakers are in a win-now mode with a core that includes LeBron, Luka, and Austin, and adding a player like Bridges could help bridge the gap between the present and the future. If the Hornets are thinking about giving their young guys more playing time and opening up opportunities, trading Bridges could be a strategic move for them. It's the kind of decision that makes sense if they believe they can get strong value while also planning for the future. People always say the Hornets won't trade him, but basketball is a business. It doesn't have emotions, and it doesn't care about narratives. If the Lakers come with the best package, Charlotte will take it. The reality is that to get Bridges, you're probably going to have to give up a first-round pick, and I would do it. His age is ideal, his skill set fits what the Lakers need, and he's still in his prime. He won't even be 28 until March, and that's a huge factor. He's the kind of player who can make an immediate impact and also provide long-term value. He's bigger than some of the other wing options, and that size translates to strength and versatility. He can slide into either forward spot, and that flexibility is something the Lakers can use as they build their roster. The size difference is often misunderstood. People see that he's 6'7" and think he's the same as other players at that height. But there's a difference between being tall and being big. A 6'7" player who weighs 230 pounds plays differently than one who is 215. Bridges is the bigger guy, and that physicality allows him to defend multiple positions, crash the boards, and handle contact in ways that other wings can't. That's why he's not just another scorer. He's a complete forward who can fit into the Lakers system without needing to be the primary ball handler. If the Lakers could turn their first-round pick and even a second-round pick into Bridges, it would be a move that sets them up for the present and the future. Then, in the offseason, they could still make additional moves to strengthen the roster. The flexibility he brings is valuable because you can adjust the lineup depending on how the team evolves. If you bring in another wing or forward, you can slide Bridges to the 4 and keep the balance intact. He can play with LeBron, he can play with Luka, and he can play with Austin. That kind of versatility is rare, and it's exactly what the Lakers need to remain competitive. One of the biggest issues the Lakers have faced is a lack of shot creation when the stars are off the court. When LeBron and Luka sit, the team often struggles to generate offense. That's where Bridges becomes even more valuable. He can create for himself, he can create for others, and he can take pressure off the main ball handlers. Right now, the Lakers have been missing a reliable secondary scorer who can take over a game when needed. Austin Reeves has shown flashes, but he's been injured and inconsistent. Bridges would provide that extra layer of scoring and playmaking that the Lakers have been missing. When the stars need rest, Bridges could step in and keep the offense moving. Another key point is that Bridges' contract is reasonable, and that matters. Even if he is not fully healthy, he still has value. But if he is healthy and playing at his best, he could be the kind of player who carries the Lakers into the next phase, especially in a post-LeBron era. You can see how he would fit as a core piece. He can score, he can defend, he can play multiple positions, and he can be a leader on the court. And because his contract is not astronomical, the Lakers would still have room to make other moves. They could still pursue another big-time defender or shooter to complement the lineup, while keeping Bridges as a cornerstone. The tricky part is that if you want Bridges, you might have to include a player like Jared Vanderbilt in the deal. Vanderbilt's contract is significant, and the Lakers are trying to preserve cap space for the offseason. If the Hornets are not interested in Vanderbilt, then the Lakers would be forced to keep him, which is not ideal. He's making around $25 million this year, and that's a lot to carry if you're trying to build flexibility. But if you can structure the trade in a way that includes Vanderbilt and a few other assets, it could be the difference between staying under the salary cap threshold and maintaining future options. For Charlotte, trading Bridges now could make sense because they might get more value in the present than they would next season. If they wait, there's always the risk that he walks in free agency, and then you lose him without getting maximum return. So it's understandable why the Hornets would want to maximize their offer now. They are in a position where they don't necessarily need to dump salary, and they are not a title contender next season. They are still developing a young core, and Bridges is a key part of their present success. That makes the negotiation complex because they are not desperate to trade him, but they might still be willing to if the right package comes along. Ultimately, it comes down to what the Hornets want and what the Lakers are willing to offer. If the Lakers can put together a strong offer with picks and role players, I think the Hornets would seriously consider it. And if that happens, the Lakers could end up with a forward who could be a difference maker, someone who can help them compete for a championship now and build toward the future. That kind of move could change everything for this team. And it's why I keep coming back to Miles Bridges as the ideal target. Now, if you really think about what the Lakers need, it is not just a guy who can score. They need someone who can step into the lineup and immediately take pressure off the stars, someone who could be a consistent threat on offense and also hold his own on defense. Miles Bridges fits that description in a way that very few players do. He is the type of player who can be a true two-way option, someone who can guard multiple positions and still be a primary scorer when the moment calls for it. That kind of player is hard to find, and it's exactly why the Lakers should be willing to go all in if the opportunity presents itself. The Lakers have been chasing that missing piece for a while. They've tried different combinations, and they've brought in players who were supposed to provide scoring and versatility, but it never quite stuck. The issue has always been consistency and the ability to create offense without relying on the superstars. With Bridges, you're not getting a role player. You're getting a primary option who can carry a team in stretches. That's a big difference. You can run a full game plan around him, and you can trust him to deliver when the game is on the line. That's something the Lakers have lacked in recent years. One of the reasons Bridges is such a good fit is his ability to play both forward spots. He can be the 3, he can be the 4, and he can shift depending on what the lineup needs. That flexibility is important for a team like the Lakers, who are constantly adjusting to injuries and roster changes. It also means that the Lakers could build around him in the future. If they bring in another wing or a defensive-minded forward, Bridges can move to the 4 without losing his effectiveness. That kind of versatility makes him a valuable asset, not just for this season, but for the next few years as well. When you think about the Lakers' current roster, it's clear they are missing a consistent creator. LeBron and Luka are incredible, but they cannot carry the entire load every single night. There are going to be games where one of them is off or where they need rest, and the team still has to compete. Bridges gives the Lakers that option. He could be the player who keeps the offense going, who can make plays for himself and for others. He can take pressure off the primary ball handlers and give the team a different look. That kind of player is invaluable in the playoffs, where defenses tighten and every possession matters. The Lakers also need a player who can perform in big moments. Bridges has shown he can do that. He has the confidence to take big shots, and he has the physical tools to handle tough matchups. He is not afraid to take on the responsibility of being the go-to guy when needed. That kind of mindset is important for a team that is trying to win a championship. You need players who are willing to step up when a moment calls for it, and Bridges has proven he can do that. He has the mentality of a winner, and that is something the Lakers have been searching for. Another factor to consider is the potential for growth. Bridges is still young, and he has room to improve. He has already shown that he can be a star, but he hasn't reached his full potential yet. Playing with a team like the Lakers, with experienced leaders and a championship culture, could help him take the next step. He would be surrounded by players who know how to win, and that environment could push him to become even better. That's the kind of development that can turn a good player into a great one. And if Bridges reaches that level, the Lakers could have a true cornerstone for the future. It's also worth mentioning that Bridges has a style that fits modern basketball. He can shoot, he can drive, he can finish in traffic, and he can defend. He has the kind of skill set that fits the pace and space era. He can play on the perimeter, he can attack closeouts, and he can create mismatches. That versatility is valuable in today's game, where teams need players who could do a little bit of everything. Bridges fits that mold, and that's why he would be such a good addition to the Lakers. Now, let's talk about the trade market and what it would mean for the Lakers. If the Lakers are willing to give up a first-round pick and a second, it shows they are serious about winning now. It also shows they believe in Bridges as a key piece. That kind of move would send a message to the league that the Lakers are not messing around. They are willing to make bold moves to get better. And that kind of confidence can attract other players too. When players see that the Lakers are committed to building a championship team, it makes the franchise more attractive. That's an intangible benefit that often gets overlooked. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, whispers around the league intensified after a startling rumor began circulating in NBA circles. LeBron James is said to have delivered a firm ultimatum behind closed doors involving a potential new arrival in Los Angeles. According to sources close to the situation, the Lakers' iconic leader has made it clear that if a specific superstar target lands in purple and gold, his own future with the franchise would immediately be in question. The story has spread quickly, fueled by the belief that the unnamed player is not just any role contributor, but a high-profile figure whose presence could dramatically alter the balance of power within the locker room. Executives, agents, and rival teams are reportedly monitoring the situation closely, aware that a single move by the Lakers' front office could trigger one of the most shocking exits in recent league history. Insiders suggest the tension is less about basketball fit and more about control, hierarchy, and long-term vision. LeBron, long regarded as both the face and the voice of the franchise, is believed to be drawing a clear line regarding the direction he wants the organization to follow. Bringing in a star with overlapping influence could dilute that authority, something the veteran is rumored to be unwilling to accept at this stage of his career. For the Lakers, the dilemma is enormous. Do they pursue a future-defining acquisition that could extend competitiveness beyond the present? Or do they prioritize loyalty to the player who helped restore relevance and championships to the franchise? Either path carries risk, and the silence from team officials has only added fuel to the speculation. Around the league, rival executives are already imagining the domino effect. A LeBron departure would reshape the Western Conference overnight, while his decision to stay could signal that the Lakers have backed away from a blockbuster opportunity. For now, everything remains in the realm of rumor, but one thing is certain. The mere possibility of such an ultimatum has placed the Lakers at the center of a storm that could redefine their future. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.